Hello and welcome to another episode of the Farr Show where I am Damien Farr, and tonight we're talking Nintendo Switch revisions. I know what you're thinking, Damien, you've already talked about the Nintendo Switch. Well, joke's on you. We didn't talk about the other version of the Nintendo Switch. But I'm going to recap what I talked about in the last video a little bit, so if you've watched that, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to deal with it. So, what we're talking about is the Nintendo Switch Pro, which is the rumored coming out, because lately game systems have had console iterations. Meaning the same generation, but they've had multiple versions. PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox One X, and then we're talking about like a minier version here also, or a slimmed down or a cheaper version, kind of like how the Xbox One had the Xbox One S, or the PS4 had the PS4 Slim. Just kind of giving you the basic idea. So we're going to start with the new Nintendo Switch, and why am I calling it the new Nintendo Switch instead of the Pro? Well, Nintendo with the 3DS called it the new 3DS. So I felt new Nintendo Switch sounds kind of nice actually too. So let's continue with that naming trend right there. So what do I think the specs wise this system's going to be? Well, first off, I think the easiest thing to say is I would like 8 gigs of RAM in the Switch itself. More RAM means more power. I mean, that's what there is to say. Also, I think it should have an upgraded CPU, GPU, which is the Tegra X2 instead of the Tegra X1. So in theory, double of what the original Switch could do power-wise. They might as well even call it a new system, but at the same time, you know, call it a Switch because it should play all the Switch games. I mean, the new Nintendo Switch sounds amazing to me. Also, I think what they should do is with these, they should have them in the dock. So meaning there should be another X2 in the dock and a 8 gigabytes of RAM in the dock also. So it's 16 gigabytes of RAM and 2 graphics cards. So you can SLI in theory. Why do I say that? So they can push 4K. I mean, they technically have VR with the Nintendo Labo VR set, but let's be honest, anybody who really wants a VR headset from Nintendo isn't asking for that. A piece of cardboard, I mean, we all have cardboard. Google Cardboard's a thing. I have a Conan cardboard headset. You know, personally, we don't want that. In all seriousness, what we really want, though, is an actual VR headset. So I think Nintendo should take one of their biggest failures and turn it into their biggest success stories. Call the VR headset the Virtual Boy. So what they could do with the Nintendo Switch Pro is make it where you can buy it just the system without a dock, and then one with a dock. The dock could be like $200 more. I don't know what you want. Make it where it's $350 with the system and the dock. The system by itself is $300, and the dock by itself is $200. Actually, make it $450 then, you know, where they're bundled together. Save you $50. And then you can buy the Virtual Boy by itself in the future. I think that'd be a cool system. So, what do you think about the Nintendo Switch Pro? Tell me in the comments below. And then we're going to go to the Nintendo Switch Lite version, which is once again taking naming schemes from the DS Lite. You know, just DS was one of their most popular systems, so why not take some naming from it? So, the Nintendo Switch Lite would be a smaller screen in theory. I think they're at 6.3 inches right now. I feel they should really go for something like more like 4.5, maybe 5. I just feel it's easier to put in your pocket. I mean, 4.5 inches is pretty much smartphone screens, and then you have the Joy-Cons on the side. So really, I think that'd be a cool situation. Then the Joy-Con shouldn't be detachable at that point. I know that's a big thing of the Switch, is that, you know, it is a portable and a TV home system. But still, Nintendo, you can make this work somehow. I would buy a Switch Lite and a Switch Pro, or a new Nintendo Switch if I'm being honest. The thing that I think the biggest selling point is they should probably get this Switch Lite at $200, and then with no dock. It'd just be like a normal Switch, just smaller and more portable. No dock, $200. Then it'd be the new Nintendo Switch for $400. And then the new Nintendo Switch for, or excuse me, I mean, really, I don't know what they do for the pricing exactly now that I'm thinking about it a little more. I mean, $200 for the new Nintendo, or the Switch Lite. The new Nintendo Switch could be, I mean, let's do 400 there. And then the new dock could be 200. And if you buy the dock and the Switch Pro together, so the dock Pro and the Switch Pro, or they could call it the VR dock, let's be honest, and put them together, you know, $550. I'd pay $550 if I'm being honest, if you told me I could play 4K games in VR from Nintendo. So, really, what do you think Nintendo is going to do for the Switch Pro, or I'm calling it the new Nintendo Switch? Tell me in the comments below. What do you think they're going to do for the Switch Lite? Please, tell me in the comments below. I'm always encouraged to see what people have to say about my predictions. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.